How about this? We're not going to let WWE off the hook
Oh,
this
no,
week
we never do.
by any stretch of the imagination at all. Because a very, like, if you were going to have one argument about WWE over the years, it's going to be what? I didn't like the way I was handled. I didn't like my creative. I didn't like the way I was talked to. So I decided to leave. So Trinity Fatu, formerly known as Naomi, the latest to depart. She is now in Impact Wrestling. She spoke with Busted Open recently, and she had this to say: I chose and wanted to be at Impact. The doors are open for me everywhere, literally everywhere, but I truly feel like Impact is the best choice for me at this point in my life right now with what I want to do and just be able to work with the talent here. Had all the stuff never happened, there's no way that I would have took that leap, but the situation kind of forced me to figure that out. Ultimately, I left that day because of the way I was talked to and handled. Everything kind of just broke me that day. It had nothing to do with anything else or anybody else. If I had to go through all of that backlash and the negativity and the lies and the rumors.
We get the
Yeah, yeah,
point.
yeah. Sorry. These quotes go on and on. And when
It's
they
all right.
type them up, they mess them up.
So
But you get the point.
so I read now again, I read so much stuff. I'm not sure if it's a credible source or if it was a fan who said it, but did you hear that she was lobbying to work alongside Sasha Banks or Monet?
Well, they were a tag team. And they
in
had the
in no now.
now. No, I did
And
not hear that now.
I
No.
read that they couldn't afford her. They couldn't afford both of them. Now I don't know if that's true or
I
not.
didn't hear that.
Okay. I read that online and I was just like, because that's where I saw that they said she was lobbying to go where Sasha was, ending up. So I was just surprised that AEW didn't pick her up. Because now I don't know what the contract is for Impact, but from what I'm told, they get paid considerably less than the AEW stars. Sometimes money isn't a factor, though. I mean, if you have creative control over your character and you get a bigger say in what you do, that could have been a factor for her, going to Impact. I don't know if there was any interest in AEW with her. I'm sure there was. I mean, because it always seems like if somebody leaves there, they try and snatch everybody up as quickly as they possibly can, unless they're having money problems. I don't know. But her husband still works for WWE, so he's still there, and maybe money isn't a factor. Maybe it's just like she said, it's her time. We haven't seen the best of her yet, and I would rather, I said this a million times, like if I was still trying to be in the business and work, I would rather be a big fish in a small pond. I would rather take a pay cut and be able to do what I want to do and be comfortable. And, she's got friends there. There's a lot of factors you have to think about. So, that could have been a big factor in her deciding to go to Impact. Lighter schedule in Impact. They're not on the road as much as the other two companies are. There's a lot to consider when you're trying to get a job in wrestling. And, maybe she wants to be on the road less, or maybe she wants to do conventions. Maybe she's trying to take it easy on her body more. Who knows? But I'm happy that she ended up somewhere because she's very talented.
Yeah.
And I like her gimmick. I like the glow. Feel different. The glow. It's different. And it's a cool entrance. And she seems like a very sweet person. I've never met her, but she seems like, she's got a good head on her shoulder. So I hope she shines in Impact. Or should I say I hope she glows in Impact?
I mean, in that WWE system for over a decade.
Yeah.
In the Fatu family. So talk about eat, sleep, and breathe the business, right? I'm sure that's all she hears. And she said she was working with an injury for about a year. She had a torn shoulder or something. So it's obviously going to bring it down. But there's that discussion of the way you're talked to and the way that they treat you. it can tear you down, and you know the way that how it goes back there. It can be a real daunting task to show up to work when you know the way you're treated back there. It can influence your whole entire day and your whole entire demeanor and attitude.
It's a respect factor. And you are taught in this business to give respect. And usually when you give respect, you're supposed to get some back. But there, it's like, they most of the time they don't treat you as a person. It's kind of like your cattle. If you're not like one of the top stars, anybody can be replaced at any moment, and it doesn't matter what you do. You could be the best disciple out there, and you can listen, and you could do exactly what you're told, and you could get chopped the next day. You never know. You're walking on eggshells constantly. And I don't know what the discussion was between them, but I believe her when she says she was talked down to there, because I know how I was talked to, and I wasn't given a fair chance, and I wasn't taken care of the way that I was told I was going to be. So I believe her 100%. And if you're, again, it goes to, what is your level of comfortable? Some people, they just want to be in WWE so bad that they will just stay there no matter what, because they are the Mecca. They are the big time. They are the number one wrestling company. To me, that's not a big deal. I don't care. I never aspired to work there. I was content working with ECW. If ECW never folded, I would have stayed with them forever. My old ass would have been selling tickets somewhere. I would have just remained in that company doing something behind the scenes for as long as I could. It's just like, I'd rather be respected and comfortable than like just somebody that gets sick every morning that goes to work, but I'm just there because it's WWE. You know what I mean? Like, that just, for me, that is not an option. And that 6 months that I was there felt like 6 years of torture. It was terrible. So I get what she's saying. I totally understand, and I respect her for walking out, and not staying and renewing and all that kind of stuff. Good on her, because you never know. I know it's scary giving up something you've been doing for a decade or however long. It's very nerve-wracking because you don't know where you're going to end up. But if you don't try, you'll never know, and you're going to be miserable. Who wants to go to a job that makes them miserable every day? And there are some people who love it there. Don't get me wrong. Not every experience is the same. There are people who will tell you it's the greatest thing they've ever done. It's the best time of their life. And good for them, but I hear more horror stories than good.